everybody. Welcome to Love, Live, Life. Today we are going to be reading chapter 3 in Genesis, and it's called The Temptation and Fall of Man. So, I'm sorry for the little low energy right now. I'm not feeling too good. And then also it's like a rainy day today, so the lighting is kind of dimmed a little bit. And then it's cold because I got my house coat on. So, yeah. So I guess I can just go and begin then. So, yeah. The temptation of the temptation and fall of man. Okay. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, has God indeed said, you shall not eat from every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, you will surely die. You will not surely die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will open and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves and made themselves covering. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. Then Lord God called to Adam and said to him, where are you? So he said, I hear your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I command you that you should not eat? Then the man said, the woman who you gave to me with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the woman, which is this you have done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. So the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life, and I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Then to Adam he said, because you have heed the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake, and told, you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorn and thistles it shall bring forth to you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground. You out of it, for out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return. And Adam called his wife name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Also, for Adam and his wife, the Lord God made tonsils of skin and clothed them. Then the Lord God said, behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat, and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him out of the garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed, I do not know how to pronounce that word, y'all. It would be up on the screen. Chercum, I think that's how you pronounce it, Chercum, at the east of the Garden of Eden, and a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. So basically, all in all, this is what happened. The serpent, which deceived Eve, the serpent stated that the serpent twisted his words up. So, right, what verse is that? Okay. The serpent said to the woman, has God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree in the garden? He said, you shall not eat of every tree in the garden. So he asking this to Eve. Then God tell you, you can't eat no fruit or anything from the trees in the garden. And Eve was like, we may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, you should not eat it. So the serpent was trying to play mind games on her. So the serpent was like, you can't eat anything from the tree from the garden, from any other trees from the garden. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, y'all, my words getting mixed up. But then Eve was like, yeah, we can eat from the trees from the garden, but we can't eat the tree that's in the middle of the garden, that's in the midst of the garden. We can't eat from that tree, because that tree is good and evil, and if we eat from that tree, we will die, and so the serpent was like, you won't die, you just be like God. You'll know good and evil. So it kind of interests Eve, like it curious Eve. It put a thought in her mind. And so she decided to look at the tree. And it seems very appealing to her and very good. You know, the fruit looks really good. So she decided to eat from the tree. And also, it says, okay, when it says in verse 9, she also gave to her husband gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Now that right there, that means he was also in the garden with her. So as the serpent was talking to her, he was right there. He was right by her. So when he saw her eat the fruit from the tree, he just went on and ate it too, because he probably looking at it like, this is my wife. If she go down, I'm gonna go down too. If she die, I'm gonna die too. You know, yeah, if she do wrong, I do wrong too. So in like today life, you know, a lot of husband and wives don't think like that, because you know when you're married, you become one, and so by you being one, everything that your significant other do affects you too. So it's like wherever they do, you doing it too. So, you know, it's not, don't, how can I put it? I wouldn't say, if you start saying in marriage, oh, my husband did that, that's his business, it's not mine, you know, that's not true. Your husband did something, it's your business too. It's your problem too. It's going to fall back on you too. Same way with the wife. The wife did something, don't be like, oh, she did that, you know, this not my problem. She going to jail. No. If she go to jail, it's like you going to jail too. You know, y'all going to be separated. God said it's not good for man to be alone. So y'all going to be separated. So yeah, it's like you going to jail too. But I know today's society, a lot of people think that way. And there's not a lot of people to look up to. Like if you were to ask the people that have been married for a very long time, and they're old and they're still married, they'll tell you, yes, it's a struggle, but they're in this together and they have each other back. And that's something that's very, very important, always having each other back. And it shows in chapter 3 in Genesis that no matter what, Adam had Eve's back. You know, Eve, you know, if Eve eats from the tree, if Eve died, Adam's going to die too. So he's going to go ahead and eat from the tree as well. If Eve eyes open up and she began to know good and evil, hey, Adam eyes open up, he begins to know good and evil. So, yeah, they didn't want to be different. This is where you call unequally yoked, but we'll get into that a little bit later on in the Bible. But yeah, you want to be equal. You want to grow together, live together, and you know, if you change together. You know. And another thing, what else? Oh, now when they hid from God, now remember, you can't hide from God. God can see everything. So God was like, where are you, Adam? You know, ask Adam, where are you? And Adam said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked. So now Adam see that he's naked. So him and Eve hid because they, you know, they feel that they're naked now. And they didn't feel comfortable standing in front of God naked. So God was like, who told you you were naked? Did you eat from the tree I told you not to eat from? And that right there is the first disobedience, you know. Um, so he was like, well, the wife you gave me ate from the tree, so I ate too, you know. And God was like, okay. And he spoke to the wife, and he was like, what make you eat of this tree? And so the wife was like, well, the serpent deceived me, which truly the serpent did deceive her, because the serpent twisted his words up saying, did God tell you not to eat any fruit from the garden? And she knew that we can eat, you know, they can eat every fruit from every tree of the garden except for the fruit from the tree that's in the middle of the garden. But the serpent made that tree that's in the middle of the garden look so good and delicious, to the point where it's like, hey, you know, the serpent was pretty much calling God a liar. That's pretty much what the serpent was doing, like saying, you are not going to die, but you are going to be like God, and you're going to know good and evil. So that's some of the ways of how the devil trick us. The devil twists things up, make it seem like it's good, but it's really not good. And it's like, what's going on, you know? And once you do the act of sin, it's like, what just happened? Okay, I think I knew this was going to happen, but really, you know, it's like a thought process, you know. He gets in your head. He likes to play mind games. And that's something that God don't do. God don't play mind games, but God will allow you to think for yourself. Because you do have your own free will. But he will allow you to think for yourself, but he don't like playing mind games like the devil do. Like in here it's the serpent, so serpent playing a lot of mind games and confusing them and tricking them. So now God is angry, and he's like, the serpent, it don't say that the serpent has legs and arms and, you know, stuff like that. Today, the best way to describe the serpent is a snake. Okay, he made the snake, which is the serpent, the lord of all the animals, and cursed them to, you know, move on their belly on the ground, so they will constantly be close to dirt. That's what he mean by you will eat dirt. They will be on the ground for the rest of their life, you know, constantly moving on the ground. And far as when it was saying like, when it was saying, he shall bruise your head and you shall bruise his heel, what they mean by that is, what God meant by that is that the, you know, we'll hit them on the head, you know, like to kill them or whatever. We'll hit them on the head, and all they can do is just strike at our feet, at our, you know, legs and our feet. So they don't have arms to, you know, hold us down and, you know, catch us or whatever. But then after that, he cursed a woman to bear labor pains. They have really intense labor pains. And then for the man, he cursed Adam to go out and work hard. You know, you have now Adam. They kicked Adam and Eve out of the life of God. From the garden, a tree of life. He kicked Adam out the tree of life garden, and which is in Eden. Am I right? Yeah, which is in Eden. I have to make sure I'm right, you guys. I don't want to, you know, straight off the Bible too far, you know. But I want to stay in the same content. But yeah, he kicked him out the garden, and he was like, Adam, now you got to dig and bury seeds and, you know, grow your own food, and now you have to actually, you know, hunt down the cattle, and you will have to eat the cattle now. and cut their skin and make clothing. You would have to you know provide food every day for your life. For the rest of your life, you have to provide food. So that right there, God gave Adam the pain of working really hard, working through the struggle. You might be tired, but you got to work. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep going, because you got to provide for your family. Now, he made man after this incident when God was angry. He made where Adam can rule over Eve. That's not saying being controlled over. No. He's saying like Adam is the head of the household, so Eve is his helper. Adam have to make sure the decisions are right. Adam has to think everything through. Now Eve, as you know, women, let me put it like today. Okay, women go through a lot of emotions and a lot of things that can stray them in the wrong direction. And a lot of times in women, when it comes to jobs, it gets pretty messy and difficult, and the job is simple and it don't have to be difficult. But women, we get in our feelings sometimes, but I'm not saying that we're weak or anything like that. No, I'm saying we're strong, but sometimes we let our feelings and our emotions take the best of us. And with men, men's supposed to be a little bit more strong-minded, straight to the point. Like men don't know how to deal with a lot of emotions, but they know how to turn it off and do what they got to do to get things done. And they know how to weigh the options, like what's right, what's wrong, a lot better than women, because we'll kind of wave a little bit trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, and our emotion get in the way, and a lot of women can't just turn off their emotions, so their emotion won't get in the way, so they can know if they making the right decision with this, or with whatever decision that they're trying to make. But all in all, they're married, they are together, so they're supposed to work together. So he was saying that the women should honor their husband, and the husband should honor their wife. So together, it's not an abusive relationship. I don't know why in society and social media it's like, oh, the man's supposed to be controlling over the woman. No, that's not right. It did not say that in the Bible. It don't say anything about being controlled or anything like that. No. It's just saying the man should be the leader, should lead his family, should provide for his family. That's what it's saying. And the woman should respect the man's decision, and the man should respect the woman's decision. They should both come together, work together, and think together, and make a solid decision together. That's what it's saying. The next reading would be Cain murders. I keep messing up my words, you guys. Like, I don't know why. But the next reading said Cain murders. I want to say Abel. Yeah. Cain and Abel. Okay, so yeah. Cain murders Abel. Guys, I'm sick right now, but I'm trying to bear with the sickness and kind of, get through it. But yeah, if you wonder what I'm sick with, it's my asthma. So yeah. I think I did a video on my asthma, but it's with the March vlog, so it's in that. So I did a video of it in that, so explaining what goes on. But right now I'm trying to play it off. So Yeah. Another thing, if you all have any questions and anything you would like to add to this story, the story of, what's the name of it? The temptation and the fall of man, if you would like to add anything to this story, you can just leave it in the comments down below. I do read my comments, and I would like to thank you all for watching the Bible section of my channel. I really do enjoy reading the Bible because I'm learning a lot as well, and it's pushing me to read and to study and to look up the different terms and everything that's in the Bible to, really get a true understanding of it. And also, yes, I do pray before I read and before I come on here. Yes, I do pray before I do that. So, yeah, if you all really enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not enjoying this video, if you don't like this topic, I understand. Nobody's trying to judge you. Go on, give it a thumbs down. As you know, I need a friend. Need more friends to talk to. Come on, you guys. I need more friends to talk to. So subscribe so you can leave a comment down below and read everybody else's comments, and read, and I can respond to you, and I can put you on the screen, and if you want to be on the screen, that is. And but yeah, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. And this is Love Your Life, Live Your Life, because it's your life. You only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. Be happy. Enjoy everything. Life is too short. Too many people are dying these days, so life is too short. So enjoy your life while you can. It's enough sorrow and pain in life. So why not stop focusing on the sorrow and pain, and let's focus on the good things. Let's focus on the happy things and make happier times and enjoy your life, But my name is Adrian, and I would like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye.